Hi, I'm officially live. I'm gonna show you're all able to hear me.
Hi, I'm officially live. I'm gonna show you all.
Alright. Yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. I'm going to officially play The Last of Us Part 1 Remastered again, because I'm pretty sure I've streamed this before it was in this current gaming channel, obviously. And then after I beat this game, I'm gonna possibly consider playing The Last of Us Left Behind, and consider playing The Last of Us Warning, recommended specifically for online players who have completed the main story. Might as well play the original story. Just might as well. Subtitles on? It's typically on games. Yeah, turn it on. Difficulty, I'll manage that when I consider getting a chance. I knew I played the not the but I remembered I played the Rise of the Tomb Raider. But anyway, as I specifically mentioned was in my recent live streams, last live stream, and as I'm going to specifically mention what's in this current live stream is that. What was my last live stream? Oh, I'm pretty sure it was GT, and then I just popped off. Yeah, I remembered. But anyway, as I specifically mentioned what's in my recent live streams, last live stream, and as I'm going to specifically mention what's in this current live stream is that full mental maturity 7 plus, the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, and despite the age criminals being temporarily like over, so. Anyway, yeah, without further ado, let's get straight to this shit. I'm just looking forward to just replay this game and beat this whole shit. And then we'll play, well, not we, but I'm gonna consider playing the Left Behind shit, and then part 2, because part 2 is gonna release in a couple years, from what I know. And I'm gonna consider Grounded? I'm gonna consider playing normal before I consider playing Grounded. Or should I play hard? Make it quite challenging. Might as well. Gotta be a badass, You're not able to see the screen? No, you are. Because I remember, like, on the PS4, if you're trying to save the shit, it would, like, show a blue screen, but for the PS5, it won't. It will just, like, either pause at certain times, like, it would seem like my game has paused, even though it's not. Or it would... Hold on, let me pause the game real quick, Or pause this shit. Or it would possibly, like, instead of pausing, it would possibly just not show that I'm gonna save the... Not save the game. Yeah, save the game? No, not save the game. Create a new game file. Okay. Anyway, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to this shit. Before I continue, Joel is possibly in his 20s. Excuse me, no. He's in his 30s. Right? How do y'all think the past version of Joel looks compared to the future Joel, which is pretty much going to be in the present moment, what's in that time? And then Sarah, as y'all know, is his daughter. She is possibly 10 years old. Meaning, like, 3 years after she's turned 7, she's used her full mental maturity. Love that, Sarah. And then Ellie is obviously 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 years later, Ellie has pretty much used her full mental maturity from the age she was 7 to now for Ellie. Then part 2, she's even badass. Because of post-puberty. She is officially done with puberty. Like, right when she turned 18, physically developed, like fully developed physically, meaning she's done with puberty. That's what I mean by 18, like done with puberty pretty much. But anyway, yeah, without further ado, let's get straight to this shit. It's gonna be a bit sad, like later on within this game, but I'm not gonna mention it. So anyway, chat, without further ado, let's get started with this shit. Don't spoil for the new viewers, the new subs, or viewers, and if they can potentially become a sub, then don't spoil for those who haven't played this game. But if y'all have, majority of you all, then shit, you can mention whatever in the chat. Just those who are new, just if you witness someone new and someone watching, just say anybody who joined, have you played this game before and have you beat the game? That's what you want. That's what you have to mention. Excuse me, that's what you have to mention. So
Tommy, listen to me. He is the contractor. He's the contractor, okay? I can't lose this job.
yeah, that's what you have to mention, chat. But anyway,
I understand. Let's talk about this in the morning, okay? We'll talk about it in the morning. All right, good night.
contractor. Damn, what kind of job you have, Joe? Back in the day.
Monday at work, huh?
Oh, he's in his 30s.
It's late.
Crud,
Not
what
because
time is it?
It's way past your bed.
not because of the beard, but just the looks. Anyway, I'm not gonna constantly talk, but anyway, I'll add on some details whenever I want to react or whatever. Anyway,
But still today.
Honey, please not right now. I do not have the energy for this.
I'm pretty sure she can stay up as long as she needs to overall.
What's this?
Your birthday?
How old is he? Or how old was he? Because this is like in the past.
Kept complaining about your broken watch. So I figured, you know. You like it?
That's
Honey,
cool.
It's
What?
nice, but I think it's stuck. It's not.
What? No.
You think?
Ha ha.
Come on, bro.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
That's what I mentioned last live stream.
You started helping out with the mortgage then.
Yeah, you wish.
Hey, gotta help out, you know? Help your daddy out. Like me, I'm gonna help my mom out when I get a job before I move out in like 2 more years. Well, not 2 more years. I'm gonna move out next year. Well, speaking of that, chat, there's something I want to add on as well, and this is like I'm quite pissed about. And obviously, YouTube is gonna keep it private of what I'm gonna specifically mention, just overall of anything I specifically mention. But as I'm gonna specifically mention, they have to keep that shit private as well. Anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna move out next year, and then I'm gonna move to my own crib, like a house, like 2 more years. Cause next year I'm gonna move out. Then the year afterwards, I'm gonna move into my own crib if I win a lottery, and then move into a mansion 4 years later at Miami, Florida. This will be like in 4 more years, so who knows what 2029 is gonna be like? But I'm hoping it's a great one. I mean, hey, sin is still in this world for thousands of years, so you never know. Possibly it could be something that God Almighty Jesus Christ have to bring. I mean, there wasn't much of a hurricane this year, so I am like, wow. Like, are people behaving in Florida, or did God Almighty Jesus Christ mention, and we're gonna punish the other parts of Earth with a hurricane or typhoon? Actually, I'm pretty sure they have different names because of where they occur from, because of how deadly it could possibly be. So God Almighty Jesus Christ. But anyway, so I was working out at the gym earlier. Yeah, right now I got plenty of muscle. I'm gonna be a WWE wrestler hopefully in 2 more years. Pretty much within a year. Like after my training next year, after 2026, within a year, I'll be a WWE wrestler. I'll be an anti-hero, meaning instead of good and bad or good and evil, I'll be good. It'll be good and justice, meaning good and just pretty much a punisher. Like I'm righteous. Pretty sure that's what an anti-hero means. Yeah, you could be like, oh, that means you're a villain. You're opposite of hero. No, it's a bit different. It means you have a bit of righteousness, but you believe in punishing as well, which obviously God Almighty Jesus Christ would, because he is the one who will punish those, which is the whole point of him judging. He's not going to judge people and say, all right, you're all going to be in heaven. No. And plus, heaven's for thousands of years. During the final judgment, it's either you're going to remain on the new earth or you can be in hell. But they wouldn't be in heaven either during the rapture, so that would be like, ooh, tribulation and hell. Yeah, that's what the sinners deserve, you know? Anyway, so you know how I mentioned how my grandpa is old-fashioned, strict, and exploitive / taking advantage? So I went to my grandparents' place after me and my dad got finished working out at the gym, which is called Edge. So my dad was chatting with my grandpa. He was just chatting about whatever. I was observing what they were chatting about, meaning I was like just looking. So yeah, I had to get like a Pepsi or whatever, like a Pepsi box was the Pepsi cans was in it. And then before my dad and I left, this was something I was a bit pissed about, and I did not mention it to my grandpa. I just thought about my head, and I'm like, nope, I don't agree with it. He was mentioning that he was offering me to live with him and my grandma. My grandma's all right. She's all right. I mean, she doesn't care. She's like, nah, Mike is a great guy. I mean, he knows what he's doing and all that shit, obviously. But then he mentions that I'm gonna be giving strict orders towards you. That's why I want you to live with me. And in my head, I'm like, no, strict. See, I knew he was strict because he's like, oh, I bet you listen. I bet he'll listen to me because he was mentioned to my dad. I bet he'll listen to me if I give him strict order. That is not the way I'll raise my children. Even as a grandpa, I would never offer my kids to live with me or my grandkids to live with me. They can move out at 11 or 12. And hey, I'm giving them a chance to just live at a young age, not even wait until they're older. Well, older means like wait until that age because that is like the appropriate age. Which, for example, drinking 11, 12 plus, pregnancy 11, 12 plus, sex for pleasure, marriage, wedding, making out, going on a date, dating, all 7 plus. But pregnancy would typically be 11 or 12 plus. Like drinking will be 11 or 12 plus typically. So that's what I mean. And then in my head, I'm like, I don't agree because why would I live with him? That's one. And then two, and I even mentioned this to my homie Farhan, and he was like, wow. I'm hoping he's not confused because I can notice, because when I mentioned to him that one time, or that one day, remember that day when I mentioned, oh, I was puking? This not back in July. This was like back in October. Remember I was mentioning like, not in October. This was like earlier of this month. Like, you remember I was mentioning, oh, yeah, I puked or whatever. And Farhan was confused. He thought I was voting. No, that is not what I mentioned. I mentioned I was vomiting. I mean, if he doesn't know what that word is, I could have mentioned puking. I mean, some people, they don't like when I mention it, so that's why I'm like, yeah, I can't mention it. But hey, I'll mention it to them. I feel like they should realize like it's not right to just to discourage people like that, or don't judge them like that. Hey, just mention like this is what occurred. But anyway, I'm just like pissed because yeah, I'm gonna help my mom out when I get a job, and I feel like I should get my own place. I I wish I could do all these things at a young age, but it's just stupid. Because remember how I specifically mentioned was in my last live stream? And who knows how long I'm going to play this because, yeah, my son's at work, and when she gets home, who knows if I have to hop off or I'm going to continue or just pause the game and, like, I'll be on my phone for whatever until she's, like, upstairs or whatever. Who knows? Because I'm not going to whisper because I love talking. Y'all know me. I love, like, I love talking. Because I could mention to my stepmom that my grandpa was offering me to live with him, and I'm going to say, I don't agree with that. Regardless, if he wants me to help him out, if I get a car someday, I can just drive to his place or the crib, and I can just do whatever he wants me to do. If he wants me to plow the snow during the winter, I'll plow the snow. If he wants me to mow the lawn for him, I'll mow the lawn. But I'm gonna move to Florida in exactly 2 more, or not 2 more years, 4 more years. So I feel like mowing the lawn can be a girl's job. Which how old would my brother be in 4 more years? Okay, so he's gonna be 5, 6. Can an 8-year-old mow the lawn? Hmm. I'm quite curious. I'm pretty sure they go through puberty, but I start puberty at 10, so I feel like, yeah, I feel like my brother wouldn't, my little brother. And then when he gets taller, I would refer to him as my younger brother. Because people still say little brother, little sister, and I'm like, if they're not little, like physically, like when people say little girl, little woman, little lady, that just means they're little physically because of how they're growing. Well, Adam and Eve are referred to as little. I mean, I'm pretty sure forever because they're 4 feet 8, and that's like a holy height. I mean, I'm 5'8", but potentially I'm gonna be 4 feet 8. Like I could be 5'8", have muscles, but those are temporary. This is like my mortal body. But I'm not meant to die because when I transform, it's gonna possibly be destroy my mortal body without it like having to rest in peace or it dying, you know. But anyway, as I specifically mentioned with some of my recent live streams, last live stream, and as I'm gonna specifically mention with in this current live stream. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna think about something personal real quick. I was thinking about something personal real quick. But yeah, as I specifically mentioned with some of my recent live streams, last live stream, and as I'm gonna specifically mention with in this current live stream, I specifically mentioned that full mental maturity is 7 plus, not necessarily 18 plus, because 18 plus is not necessarily full mental maturity. It's not. Chat. It is a myth and assumption made by the US government and certain countries' government. Whereas the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth. So yeah, the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, not necessarily 25 plus, 30 plus, or 35 plus, because some think that the brain is fully formed and fully developed 25 plus, 30 plus, or 35 plus. Or some would think that the full maximum mental maturity is 25 plus, 30 plus, or 35 plus. Not really. All these ages, like all three of those ages I specifically mentioned, about where some people think that it's fully formed, fully developed, those ages, or where you could reach full maximum mental maturity. Nope, they're myths and assumptions as well, made by the US psychologists and neuroscientists in certain countries, psychologists and neuroscientists. So the facts are that full mental maturity is 7 plus. Like you reach the full maximum or max mental maturity 7 plus. And like the brain itself is fully formed and fully developed after birth, and despite the age criminals being temporarily, you know. So again, chat, the facts are is that full mental maturity 7 plus, the brain like full maximum or max mental maturity 7 plus, the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth. Like physically, but mentally it's fully formed but fully developed 7 plus, meaning from 7 years old, and beyond that point it's been fully developed like mentally and just overall about the brain itself. Or like the neurons, like plenty of neurons, especially the prefrontal cortex, which is one of the neurons. Like the brain itself, physically, it's fully formed and fully developed after birth, and mentally as well, it's fully formed. But mentally, it's not fully developed until you're 7 years old, meaning like 7 plus, from 7 years old and beyond that, pretty much. And despite the age criminals being temporarily, because like they're all temporarily, obviously. Man, all I gotta mention is that this world is like, ugh. But yeah, like Sarah, she saw hardcore drugs. I'm like, damn. But yeah, Ellie, when I mean by 18, I mean like her being physically developed fully. Like pretty much that's when she got finished was puberty, and that's what people refer to as post puberty. The starting of puberty, you've just gotten to puberty. Going to puberty, you're in the middle of it, and then post puberty, that's like the ending of it. And pre puberty is like before puberty. But I feel like sex can be before puberty, the starting of puberty, while you're going through puberty, and post puberty, pretty much overall because you know. I am back. But yeah, pre-puberty would be like yeah, pre-puberty would typically be like possibly like from 7 to 9 because not all individuals will start 8 or 9. So that's pretty much like pre-puberty. And yeah, penetration is typically possible like 7 plus, like from 7 years old and beyond. That's why I mentioned like pre-puberty, you're able to do that, like have sex for pleasure, obviously. Pregnancy will typically be 11 or 12 plus when I make those changes next year, you know? Just like drinking will typically be 11 or 12 plus next year when I make those changes next year. When I'm present at exactly 21 years old on exactly the year 2026 of next year. Yeah, who knows? Like, you know, who knows, chat? Like, because despite you being like temporarily, physically a kid slash travels in your mortal body, you're not like fully a kid until you're like 5 or 6. And penetration wouldn't be possible. Like, penetration wouldn't necessarily be possible. Like, it wouldn't necessarily be possible until like you have like a rare puberty, which is like very early, but like pretty much an early puberty, you know, than expected, like overall, you know, so you know, so typically penetration will be possible 7 plus if that didn't necessarily occur at like 5 or 6 years old, you know. But I know, chat. Yeah, without further ado, let's get started this shit. So I know, chat. Hold up, give me a minute. I'm gonna think about something personal real quick. My bitch, I was thinking about something personal real quick, like over, you know, so you know, so. You know, yeah, I mute my mic early because yeah, my stepmom just occurred home, so. But yeah, I know, chat. Yeah, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit.
Good night, baby girl.
All of a sudden,
Hello?
the phone went off.
Honey, I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something.
Damn.
Uncle Tommy? Hello? What was that all about?
Alrighty. Yeah, who knows, Sarah? How old is she, 10? Have she gone through puberty? Let's look at the mirror. Possibly, I'll say so. Oh yeah, I'll say so. Or she's able to use her phone, or so like destroyed.
Phone's dead.
No, I'm pretty sure this phone's not necessarily dead. Unless it was. Like while he was chatting. Or mentioning something.
Oh, dang it. I forgot to give this to
Excuse
him.
me, chat. No, I want to read it. Come on, girl. Come on, baby girl. So because of the difficulty, like they don't necessarily give you the options or mention to you like how to read it. Let me see if I'm able to read it without like. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all have to read it. Yeah, even able to mention in the chat if someone was in here to mention what it
Dad?
mentioned. Unless I'm playing on PS4, then you possibly could, but I'm playing it on the PS5, so. Okay. Yeah. Instead of playing GT5 online, might as well just play this. Oh yeah, tomorrow is the Fortnite live event, so I'm gonna wake up at 10 and then possibly watch it at 2. I just have to hop on like exactly 1 o'clock on Fortnite.
Daddy?
Daddy! But yeah, how y'all been, chat? Y'all know I've been feeling great and blessed.
You in here?
Seem to be somehow connected to the nationwide
Where the heck
pandemic.
are you?
We've received
Yeah, I had to
reports
stream
that
late,
victims
chat.
afflicted with the infection show signs
But
of
I'm gonna
increased aggression and
consider streaming early, don't worry, chat.
there seems to be some commotion coming from
Ooh.
What was that?
Did not heard the news, it was a gas leak.
Dad?
Yes?
Dad?
Yo, baby girl, you gotta chill.
What is going on? There's his phone. 8 missed calls. Where the hell are you? Call me on my way.
You seemed like stressed out the way you read it. Like freaked out, apparently. Damn! Baby daddy didn't do the dishes? If that was me, I would do my dishes. But hey, during apocalypse, so within this time it wouldn't seem reasonable or something. But yeah, I gotta for real like upload and shit. I have not necessarily uploaded any of my Walking Dead Season 1 videos since like not upload. I haven't like recorded it since July, so I gotta like upload those from July. That'll be quite interesting. Oh good chat. Oh good. Whoa, hold up. Wasn't
There you
necessarily
are.
wanting to
Sarah,
go into the option
Are you okay?
menu.
Yeah?
Does anyone come in here?
No, who would come in here?
Don't go near the doors. Just stand back there.
Dad, you're kind of freaking me out. What's going on?
It's the Coopers. Something ain't right with them. I think they're sick.
What kind of sick?
Jesus. Jimmy!
Dad?
Honey, come here. Come here. Jimmy! Jimmy, just stay back! Jimmy, I am warning you. Don't!
Damn.
You shot him.
Sarah,
I saw him this morning.
listen to me. There is something bad going on. And we have got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tell me, come on. Come on.
The apocalypse has started. So pretty much this is like a zombie apocalypse.
I got some notion.
But in The Last of Us.
You got blood all over you.
It ain't mine. Let's just get out of here.
They're saying half the people who say
So pretty much Joel thought that him and Ellie would be the last ones.
parasite or something.
Apparently.
You gonna tell me what happened?
Later.
Hey, Sarah. How you holding up, honey?
I'm fine. Can we hear us on the radio?
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks.
No cell phone, no radio. Yeah, we're doing great. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
They say where to go?
They said, Army's put up roadblocks on the highway. No getting into Travis County.
We need to get the hell out. Take 71.
71, that's what I'm
Did they say how many are dead?
Probably a lot. They found this one family all mangled inside their
Tommy.
house. Right. Sorry.
Fuck? She's meant to know.
This happened.
They got no clue. But we ain't the only
She's
county.
10 years old. She's not 5 years old.
It's just the South. Now they're talking about the East Coast, the West Coast.
Like, she's over, like, 7 years old and you're mentioned to her. She's not meant to know that shit? Come on, bruh.
That's Lewis's farm.
Like, it seemed like she was confident to know that shit. She was brave.
Some bitch made it out.
See, I'm about to look at the fire. You can't stop me.
Were we sick?
No, of course not.
You have to get bit.
You know.
They said it's just people in the city. We're good.
Didn't Jimmy work in the city?
Yeah, 'cause they got bit.
That's right, he did. We're fine. Trust me.
Unless some like chemical released within them and had nothing to do
See
with
what they need.
anybody like
I
that.
think you're doing. Keep driving.
Or a virus, who knows?
So do
But
we.
we have room.
Keep driving, Tommy.
So do we, bro. You're the one who has a kid,
I see.
not Tommy.
Someone else will come along.
You should have helped him.
Yeah, well, it seems like your dad's a bit heartless. No offense. Love you, Joe, but can't be like that, man. I mean, he wouldn't necessarily be like that in the future, so.
Everyone and their mother had the same damn idea.
We could just
See me, Chad? Whoa.
Tommy's right. Tommy. Tommy!
Holy shit! What just happened? What the fuck just happened? Did you see that?
Yes, I saw it.
God damn.
Turn here, turn here.
No. Come on, people, move.
What are they running from?
Get us out of here.
I'm trying.
Oh no.
Pretty sure either from the zombies or.
Drive through them, Joel!
Back up there!
They're behind me, too!
There! Hold on! Go!
Whoa!
Daddy? Hey. Hey!
Get back, man. Get back.
Give me a minute, this. I jump back, hold up. But yeah, just overall, chat, as I specifically mentioned earlier. And hold on, let me see where I left off, chat. Oops. But yeah, But yeah, as I specifically mentioned, Chad, I'm gonna get my own place next year for real. I mean, I'll be sure to let you know if anything changes, but I'm gonna have to like decline that shit. Like, meaning like I can't necessarily stay up late. I gotta like for real whisper if I like live there. So I prefer having my own place for real. Like next year, one more year, I'll be having my own apartment. It won't be on the PC for quite a while. I have to see. So I'll possibly stream on place for quite a while. I have to get a PC before GT6 pretty much is out. Like over so. She's in her room, so I can still play. Like over so. Cause yeah, I feel like I can let my kids move out when they're like, ooh, excuse me. Hold on, I'm gonna search up what are all the country ages to move out. Hold up. See me chat. Hold on, check me a minute. My bad, chat. I was thinking about something personal. I'm just searching up like what age an individual should move out. I feel like it's 11 or 12 because I feel like when you go through puberty, or no. I feel like it should be 7 plus, 8. I would say when you start puberty. See me, chat? There is no single federal law on age to move out, as it is determined by state law. A majority of the states set the age of majority at 18. Well, that's stupid. At 18, a person is considered a legal adult. Nope. No. That is bullshit. Because you can't legalize shit. You can't say, I'm legally an adult or legal adulthood. No, that's it. That's bullshit. That's more like determined by mentality. Like if you reach that full mentality, like that full maximum or max mentality, which is 7 plus, obviously. So meaning like you can move out without parental consent. I feel like parental consent should never be a thing. I feel like you should just say, sure, man, let them be independent. I mean, can a person 7 plus move out? I'm quite curious. Actually, you have to go through puberty because there's certain things that involve physicality, not just mentality. Like, for example, if you have to set the TV. Like, man, imagine just carrying a TV, though. Like, that's what I'm referring to. Even I can't because I still have to work out. My muscles at my peak, though. Because I worked out at the gym earlier. Whereas some states have exceptions allowing 16 or 17-year-olds to move out. These are typically associated with requiring parental permission or legal processes like emancipation. Yeah, I feel like the parents should just let them. Don't even ask them permission. They're not gonna care. The only thing they care about is as long as you know what you're doing. You know? Not even 16 or 17. I would allow my kids at 11 or 12. I feel like majority of states should set it to 11 or 12. Excuse me, chat. Because if you get a house, like for example, if you have to set a Christmas tree, that's another thing you have to like realize. So I feel like it's 11 or 12 plus. Mentally, you can, but to have a house that's 11 or 12 plus. Plus, if you have liquor, you want to enjoy that fun. You want to have a house party. You don't want to be a 7-year-old kid because you are a kid temporarily, physically a kid / travels in their motor body, despite you being 7 years old. Like even when you're 7, you gotta realize if you're a 7-year-old kid, you're like, okay, Cinco's my mic is not dead, because sometimes it can be dead with like silently. Like you gotta realize. Like, hold on, let me see what I mentioned. Like, okay, Cinco's my mic is not dead, because sometimes it can be dead with like silently. But to have a house that's 11 12 plus. Plus, if you have liquor, you want to enjoy that fun. Like, because yeah, if you're a 7-year-old kid, you want to enjoy that. Like, if you want to play video games, for example. Hold on, let me lift up a PS5. Let me lift that shit up. I'm not gonna break it because I'm gonna lift it with one hand. That is light as shit. I'm gonna see if my sister can lift it up. I mean, she's 11 years old, so I feel she would have muscles, but you just gotta work out because right when you start developing muscles, you gotta work out. Because if you flex your muscles, you gotta if you want to show proof of muscles, you gotta work out every day. It's no joke. Every day. Like, I feel like because when I was 11 years old, I wanted to work out. Well, actually, pretty sure it was like around 12 or 13 is when I wanted to work out, actually. Because I always chat about, like, oh, like, I want to work out. But when it comes to, like, lifting weights, you're like, like, you for real want to consider doing that shit. I've been wanting to work out since I was 12 or 13. I really want to hit my growth spurt because when I was 11, like, overall, it'll overall take off in process, like, overall, so. Hold on, let me see the screen, what I screenshotted. Okay, and it is actually, hold up. Moving out at age 18, which is stupid. I feel like it should be 11 or 12 plus. Legal adulthood. See, you can't legalize. You don't mention, oh, I'm legally an adult or legal adulthood. No, that's like a socialist mentality. That's when you determine it. Which full mental maturity 7 plus, the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, and despite the age criminals being temporarily like over, so. Like, I feel like no, because 18, I've already mentioned about that shit like earlier within this live stream, so. At 18, you are considered a legal adult. Not really. Overall, you don't legalize shit like that now. 7 plus, full mental maturity 7 plus, so. Meaning you can sign a lease, get a job, make your own decisions about where to live. To sign a lease, that's mentality. You just financially, it's financial mentality, and involves you having money. So I feel like it's 11 or 12 plus because that's when you can typically have a job because certain jobs or majority of jobs involves physicality. And make your own decision about where to live. That's 7 plus, but when you're 11, 12 plus, you would be physically ready as well. So you can overall, either way, make decision where to live. Parental rights. Parents' legal responsibility to provide for their children typically ends at age 18. I feel like it should end at 7 because when you're 7, you would already know. They're still going to foster you know that until you're like 11 or 12 years old. Excuse me, Chip, you gotta realize. Moving out before age 18, parental consent, in plenty of cases, a younger individual under the age of 18. I don't agree with that because the age is going to be 7 plus, potentially. And they mention a minor under 18. That's why I mentioned a younger individual because I'm going to remove the word minor as well. I specifically mentioned that within my recent live streams. Like, that's stupid. And then I was mentioning to AACH that I want to remove taxes, and he's like, no, you can't remove it. Well, actually, you could. Just don't remove inflation. You can just balance it and ensure, like, like, I feel like we don't necessarily need taxes. So like I specifically mentioned was my recent live streams, last live stream. And as I'm going to specifically mention what's in this current live stream is that, because AECH, he is half physically young, half physically old. Chronologically 30, going to be chronologically 31 next year. And a bit mentally wise. Or not mentally wise, I'm pretty sure. Whereas compared to me, I'm physically young, obviously. Chronologically 20 and a half, going to be chronologically 21 in exactly 2 more months on exactly January 11th of 2026. And I'm mentally wise, meaning like I'm more mentally wiser than all of the individuals I've outsmarted. Like all those individuals I mentioned that I've outsmarted with some of my recent live streams. Some that I mentioned was my last live stream, and just one individual that I specifically mentioned was my recent live streams, and just overall, and like that I mentioned was in this current live stream, And as I specifically mentioned was my recent live streams, last live stream, and as I'm going to specifically mention was in this current live stream is that I'm not necessarily an asshole, I'm not necessarily a dumbass, and I'm pretty much a smartass, like meaning like I am the smartass, like overall, so. Anyway, hold up. Give me a minute. I'm gonna think about something personal real quick. I am back. So in plenty of cases, a younger individual under 18, which is bullshit. Because I feel like 7 plus can be potentially. And either way, like, for example, I'm not going to mention that those under 7 is a minor. No, I'm never going to use the word minor. Once that's removed by the US government and other country governments, or certain country governments, excuse me, they can't use that word. And, because I already mentioned that 7 plus is full mental maturity, no? Not necessarily 18 plus, because I specifically mentioned, I specifically mentioned this, what's in, like, this current live stream earlier. What's in this current live stream, like over, so you know so. It mentions that a younger individual under 18 who leaves home with parental consent is not breaking the law. Okay. And like I mentioned, it's gonna be 7 plus potentially. But then they mention though they may still be though they may still overall be considered a dependent for certain purposes. Um, dependent on certain purposes. Are you referring to the parent or the individual? Either way, that's stupid. Why would they be dependent? Lack of parental consent. If a person under 18 leaves home without parental consent, their parents may still be able to take legal action as they are still responsible for their child's care. Either way, like I mentioned, you shouldn't even ask for the permission. And I feel like it should be under 11 or 12 plus because physically, but overall it's gonna be 7 plus potentially in terms of that shit, Still responsible for the child's care. Either way, if the person has full mental maturity, why be responsible for them, Excuse me, chat. Because you're pretty much the parent until the world ends. Not you, what am I saying? Pretty much your parents are going to be your parent until, like... Excuse me, chat. Until they're pretty much, like, not alive. Or if you move out, I would say. Legal process. Within certain states, a younger individual can petition the court to become an anticipated younger individual, which would overall allow them to move out without parental consent. This is a legal process that may require showing that the younger individual is mentally mature and financially independent enough to live on their own. And this is the way it mentioned it. I'm going to read it the way it mentioned it. In some states, a minor can petition the court to become an emancipated minor, which would allow them to move out without parental consent. This is a legal process that may require a showing that the minor is mature mentally and financially independent enough to live on their own. See, I don't like the word minor. That's why I'm going to remove that when I'm president next year. Because, like, I already explained what the word minor with my recent live streams. But that pretty much means you're mentioning that younger individuals are, like, mentally weak and mentally immature, and those older are mentally strong and mentally mature. Well, mental immaturity is through Satan, and mental maturity is through God Almighty Jesus Christ. And people use that full mental maturity from 7 years old and beyond. So I feel like the word minor should not necessarily be a thing. And I've already explained about that with my recent live streams overall. I may potentially explain more potentially, but I've already explained it with my recent live streams overall, like overall, so. But I feel like that shouldn't be a thing within that legal process in some states and all that shit. State variations to specific laws regarding move-out, emancipation, which emancipation should not necessarily be a thing. It's more of like if you show that full mental maturity and that you have to be 11 or 12 because of puberty-wise to move out, An age of majority can vary by state. Certain states may have different ages of consent for certain legal matters, such as the ability to be tried. Trialed as an adult mentally in criminal court. Hmm. That can possibly be like 7 plus because when you're in prison, nobody can't fight you. You can't fight someone that's 7 years old. No, I would not. You know, like I would if I had 7 year old. I feel like they wouldn't realize that if you have muscles, they would like not fight you because they would know for sure. You know. Important consideration and legal advice is overall recommend to consult with a lawyer or a legal aid organization to understand your rights and options, especially if you're considering moving out. Instead of saying before age 18, it should mention before age 11 or 12. Emancipation is a complex legal process that can be difficult to achieve. It's important to understand that specific requirements and implication within your state before proceeding. That shouldn't be a thing. The emancipation. When I did research on majority of countries, their ages are higher, or their age is higher. It's quite stupid. I would say, hold up. I'm gonna ask Google. What could possibly happen if a 7-year-old wanted to move out hypothetically? It better not take it literally. Because obviously, within the current law, they would be like, no, they can't move out. But if I make those changes next year, then they could. But I wanted to see if it's 7 plus or you gotta be 11 or 12 because puberty wise, or like when you hit your growth spurt. If a 7-year-old wanted to move out, it would likely be a hypothetical fantasy rather than a realistic plan. It would be realistic if I were to make those changes next year as president. A 7-year-old, and this is what they mention, and then I'm going to mention the way, and I'm going to read it the way I would mention it. A 7-year-old is not capable of independent living and would possibly need their parents to provide care. The child's statement would signal an underlying need for attention, a desire for more independence within their daily life, or a struggle with their current home environment that the parents should address through communication support. So the way I would read it is a 7-year-old is capable of independent living and would not necessarily need their parents to provide care. The child's statement would signal an underlying need for attention, a desire for more independence within their daily life, or a struggle with their current home environment that the parents should address through communication support. What the child's statement may possibly mean. That a screenshot? No, hold up. Let me. Give me a minute. Okay. Desire for more independence. What the child's statement may possibly mean. Desire for more independence. The child may possibly want to consider to overall have plenty of their own choices, like what to wear or what to eat, and moving out is their way of expressing this desire. Okay, that is not what I mean. What I mean by hypothetically, I mean like if they want to move out. Like for real move out. That's why I mentioned hypothetically because the current law was just stupid. But when I make those changes next year, what would it be? Um, fantasy or exaggeration. Those who are temporarily physically a kid slash child within their mortal body at this age would overall fantasize and exaggerate feelings. This is likely a hypothetical statement driven by the need to feel more in control or to have certain needs met. I feel like a 7-year-old wouldn't have that feeling. I feel like that's more of a 5 or 6-year-old, or even less than a 6-year-old, if I'm being honest. Well, actually, no. Yeah, 6 or 5-year-old. Children at this age overall fantasize and may exaggerate feelings. This is likely a hypothetical statement. Exceptions of a need. A child may possibly be reacting to something within her life that is making them unhappy or frustrated. Um, It is not the research I want to consider. I want to see what the AI, Google AI would mention. Yeah, so if I make those changes next year, because because of current law, so if I make those changes next year, then like it'll be quite different. But actually, chat, yeah, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see more of me playing The Last of Us, Part 1 Remastered, be sure to leave a comment down below. Also, I'm gonna end right here. Take these, chat.